Greetings, all praise the King. Welcome. On this Sabbath, we come to read from the chapter 18 of Luke, in which many stories or parables are being told to the disciples by the Christ. The first in which, speaking of a judge, the Christ refers to as not good. And there's a widow who comes pleading for the judge to avenge her of her adversary. Now, this judge at first disregards this woman. Yet, the woman continues to ask for justice. Finally, the judge decides if he does not avenge the adversary of this widow, then the widow will continue to beg. And so he does what the widow asks. And the Christ says, if this judge will do this for this woman, then how much more is our judge to those that pray day and night, to faint not, and to acknowledge Lord in prayer and asking for Lord to avenge us of our adversaries. The next parable, consisting of the Pharisee and the publican like a tax collector, and the Pharisee being as a kind of judge, because there was a religious form of law. And this Pharisee and this publican going into the temple to pray, the Pharisee says, Lord, give to me, for I have done so much for you. I have kept these commandments, and I am righteous. Where the publican says, spare me, Lord, for I am a sinner. And the Christ declaring that it was sinners that would be saved, for those that humble themselves would be exalted. Those that exalt themselves would be abased. Now the children come to the Christ, and the disciples scold them, saying, no, do not come near this man. Where the Christ says, suffer them not to come unto I. For even if one is not unlike these children, they shall enter. So therefore, the Christ, knowing of the innocence of the child, to be worthy of the kingdom of God. Now, a man comes to the Christ, a ruler, saying, what shall I do to enter? He says that he has done these things, obeyed the commandments, as the Pharisee. And the Christ So sell all that you have. And the man goes away very sorrowful because he is very rich. And Christ saying it's easier for a camel to enter into the eye of the needle than a rich man to enter into the kingdom of Jah. So then the disciples asked, well then who could be saved? He says, with men, these are impossible, yet with Jah, it is possible. That no man that has left house, meaning family, or that the person holds close to them, even the worldly riches, pleasures, to enter into the kingdom shall be not rewarded. That those that give up their life shall be saved. In this life we speak of as the earthly pleasures, conveniences, sometimes comforts. And the Christ declaring that even in this time that those would receive more and in the world to come. So we know that the kingdom of Jah is not to come. It is now. That world to come would be like what people consider heaven today. He began to speak about that he would be scourged, spit on, and mocked by Gentiles in this verse. And the disciples knew not what he spoke of. And it came to pass that as he was come near unto Jericho, a certain blind man sat by the wayside begging. And hearing the multitude pass by, he asked what it meant. And they told him that the Christ, Joshua of Nazareth, passes by. And he cried, saying, Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me. And they which went before rebuked him, that he should hold his peace. Yet he cried so much the more, Son of David, have mercy on me. And Jesus stood and commanded him to be brought unto him. And he was come near. He asked him, saying, what will you that I shall do unto you? And he said, Lord, that I may receive my sight. And the Christ says, receive your sight. Your faith has saved you. All praise the King.